I got reprimanded because I was listening to my phone that had internet on it. I was listening to YouTube on my phone in the break room, and one of my coworkers complained because they overheard inappropriate language. I was listening to JD Miles on my phone in the break room. One of my coworkers complained because they got offended by the inappropriate language. It was a female coworker. Women tend to get offended by bad language more than men. So she complained to my coworker. I ended up getting suspended or put on a leave of absence or whatever. I was put on a leave of absence about 2 or 3 times. I was suspended a few times for breaking the rules by spending too much time. Mainly it was because I was listening to JD Miles on my phone. And one of my coworkers complained because I forgot to put on headphones, and they overheard the inappropriate language. They complained. Another time I got in trouble because I got one of my coworkers' email address and asked him to watch my YouTube videos. I said, I'll watch YouTube videos later. I kept pestering him, asking him, I kept sending him follow-up emails saying, did you watch my YouTube videos yet? Did you watch them yet? And eventually that became workplace harassment. Workplace harassment is a big no-no. I'm lucky I didn't get fired then for workplace harassment. They said I spent too much time in the break room. Because I was wearing a Home Depot apron with a Home Depot logo. My job was to do returns, to scan return items on my phone and put the returns back on resale. But because I was wearing the apron, it made me, the Home Depot apron, it made me stand out as an employee. And a lot of customers kept badging, saw that I was an employee. They kept badging me with questions. And if I didn't know the answers to their questions, sometimes they got rude. And it got overwhelming listening to employees badging with questions. It got overwhelming listening to customers badging with questions. So I kept going into the break room to escape all that. And they said I was spending too much time in the break room, not working enough. It was a 3-hour shift. I was only supposed to take a maximum of a 15-minute break. By going beyond 15 minutes of a break, that's theft of time that they're paying me for. Even 16 minutes instead of 15, that's theft of time that they're paying me for. So I said I was spending too much time in the break room. They said I was workplace harassment by pestering my coworker to watch my YouTube videos that I emailed them the links to, and also for listening to bad language on my phone that was coming from JD Miles that my coworker complained about. And then the final straw was for a misdemeanor I committed at work. Because in the break room I put some money in the Coke machine to buy a bottle of soda, and the machine ripped me off. So I went to get a refund because the soda machine ripped me off, and then then I got a refund. And then that was on a Friday or a Saturday it was on a Saturday when I was working. And then Monday, 2 days later, I put money into the soda machine and it ripped me off again. And I didn't think they'd give me a refund twice in a row. They gave me a refund on Saturday. I didn't think they'd give me a refund twice in a row on Monday. So to buy a bottle of soda at the checkout is $2.65. To buy the soda machine in the break room is only $1.25. So to buy a checkout costs over twice as much. When the machine ripped me off twice in a row, and I didn't think they'd give me a refund twice in a row, instead, I just took matters in my own hands. I went to the receiving section, which is in the back, the receiving section, and I took a soda from where they have them on stock. They had the sodas on stock in receiving. They were going to take those sodas in stock, and they were going to put them at the checkout later on. So basically, because the machine ripped me off and I didn't bother to get a refund and took a soda from receiving, that's considered theft. So that was the last straw, because there were I got so many write-ups in the past when I took the soda from resale to replace the soda that got ripped off from the machine. That's theft. So that was the last straw that got me fired. That was the straw that broke the camel's back and got me fired in June 2024. They say, oh, you have a pre-crime bracelet because you're a habitual criminal. I'm a habitual ongoing criminal. I committed international crimes in foreign countries. I committed double murder and double rape and double kidnapping and all this and possession of CP, pedophilia. I committed an act of terrorism. That's the reason I wear the pre-crime bracelet.